What is up, Road Family? It is Renz here with the Vanlife Network news of Sunday, the 8th of March, 2026. I am currently parked up in Spain, right by the beach, and I found lots of cool things, like this quartz, I believe, also pink quartz, I think, and some very cool shells. I don't know why I'm showing this, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Anyways, another episode of the Vanlife Network news, because a lot has happened over the past months, and I thought it was nice for a little update about new features, about some news, about some interviews we've done, and then some notes. So let's dive straight into it. All right, first of all, I decided to give our community a slightly refreshed look. And I will explain to you why in just a second. But first, I changed the cover banner and the group description, and that is basically what you see right here. So this was the old way we did it, where Vanlifers become family, the #1 online Vanlife community where Vanlifers connect online and meet offline. To be honest, I think it's pretty strong, but here's the new one, and I will tell you exactly why I changed it to this one. So right now we have Vanlife is better together, and the group description is make Vanlife friends wherever you're parked, join weekly digital campfires, and meet Vanlifers using our map. Now, why I think the right one is better, the description is because it is more clear what you actually get inside. So we've got digital campfires and you can meet Vanlifers using our map. Secondly, you can see that I put my face and body on this image, and you can better see it right here. And the reason is because I had a look at all the top communities on School. So if you go to Discovery, you can see all the top communities on School, and basically almost all of the top communities have a person inside of their thumbnail or their cover banner. And so I thought this probably is a sign that this actually works. So I don't really want to be the center of the community. But if this is proven to work, then why not add myself and my dog to the community banner, let's say. So then we also changed the About page, and I do have the old one, but I don't have it right here. But this is basically what it currently looks like. So first of all, we start with a little video, and this is just a part of a YouTube video that I made about the community, about how I felt alone, and how the Vanlife network basically came to life, and how it solves a specific issue. And right here at the bottom, you see that all it talks about is that it's free, and it is free. You can join it for completely free. There are paid features, of course, for the people that want to go deeper, but more on this later. But I just slightly adjusted the messaging in the hope that the conversion rate would go up, because now we communicate that people can actually join for completely free. There are some cool things like the weekly community calls, the members map, the private community space, and a road family that actually shows up. So this is basically the packaging of the community. I slightly changed it in the hope that the conversion rate would go up, but we'll see about that. Secondly, very cool thing is that we decided to make our digital campfires completely free for everybody to join. Now, why did we do this? Because before you had to be a paid member or a premium member to actually join our digital campfires. But since my goal or the vision I have for the Vanlife Network is to become a Vanlife movement, I think that community and connection should be more accessible. And by putting our digital campfires behind a paywall, we actually restrict the connection that we get in the Vanlife world, let's say. And so what we've done is, and you can see that right here, if we go to our calendar, there we go. This is the calendar, and you can see that the digital campfires, they unlock at level 2. Now, what does this mean and why did we do this? We have grown with, I think, around 90 members this year alone, which is a big growth for the size of our community. And what we see, and we can actually see that from the leaderboard, is that 45% of our members are still at level 1. Now, one requirement kind of we have for our community is that we want it to be a human community, meaning we want to encourage people to actually take the time to write a little introduction post like Ines did, Sheldon, Seth, Stephanie, Kelly, Sue, Felipe, Rosanna, Chelsea. You can see that many new members actually took the time to introduce themselves into the community, which is exactly what we want, because on the internet, there are so many bots, there are so many spammers, there's so many negativity and fake accounts and so on, that we want to make sure that the Vanlife Network is a safe community space, human-driven, where connecting with other vanlifers is just a safe thing to do, let's say. And so what we've done is we made the digital campfires completely free to join for level 2 members, meaning that if you join the community, you start at level 1, you cannot immediately get access to these calls, because we want you to engage first inside of the community before you actually get the chance to meet people in, well, virtually, let's say. So in our digital campfire, which is basically a live Zoom call that we do every single week. Now, how to level up is super easy. So all you need is 5 likes. You can see that Ines actually joined yesterday and she is already level 2. And how did this happen? She basically just introduced herself into the community, and by getting likes, so when other people engage by liking your posts or comments, you actually level up, meaning Ines can now join our digital campfires for completely free. So that is basically why we made the digital campfires free for level 2 members only. Now, also, we have decided to make the replays of the digital campfires available. Why do we do this? Because not everybody is always available at the time that we host our digital campfires. And so by offering them available for replay, people can actually listen to what other members talk about, maybe catch some tips and tricks when they are driving, when they are doing groceries, when they are doing the dishes or anything else. And what we've decided as a community is to put them available for level 4 members or premium members. I'll get back to the premium later, but level 4 basically means you need to engage a little more with the community, so you need to be a little more active in order for you to unlock these replays, let's say. All right. The replays, you can find them inside of the classroom, and you will find them right here. And I will show you what it actually looks like as a member. You will see that these unlock at level 4 or upgrade to premium. Now, I will get to what premium is right now. So inside of the Vanlife Network, we have got tiers. And the very first tier, let me actually show you, is completely free to join. Meaning you get the supportive community, you get access to the supportive community, I should say. You get access to our weekly community calls, aka digital campfires, of course, from level 2. And you get access to our interactive members map. Now, the members map is this map right here. And it is very cool because you can actually see where other members are in the world. And you can see that we are spread out over the world. So most of us are in Europe or in the US, which is pretty cool because like 2 or 3 months ago, we only had like 2 or 3 members in the US. And right now we are actually spreading across the continent, which is super cool to see. And also, every single member on the free plan gets access to this interactive map. And this map basically allows you to connect with other vanlifers that are nearby. So you can create or host local meetups. Now, how does this work? It's very easy. You just spot yourself on the map and you have to update this map by yourself. If you want to know how to do that, you will find a quick tutorial on that in the Start Here guide, let's say. So there's how to use the Vanlife Network. There's the map feature, and that is actually how to get yourself off the map, how to safely use it, how to change your location, and so on. So this is a map that you use manually. So it doesn't track you, it doesn't follow you. This is all safety features. You have to update it yourself. So these three things, which I think are super valuable, you get for completely free. Now, then we've got another plan, which is our premium plan. Our premium plan is $9 a month, and it is basically everything you get in the free. Plus, you get golden circle status, meaning if we go to our members, or let's say to our leaderboard, it's easier. You can see that all of these members have golden circles around their profile picture. You actually get access to this golden circle once you become a premium member. And this is just to show you that, to show other members that you are actually a premium member. Then we are gonna host more in-depth topic calls. Now, more on this. We'll cover this a little later. We've got another exclusive spots map, which is basically a map generated by our members of the nicest spots in the world, let's say. So right now, the map is mostly populated in Europe, but I can imagine very well that this map will grow once our community grows in the US, that people will actually start using this map in the US as well. And another cool feature, I've just added this to the list, is that you will be able to sell at our Vanlife market, but more on this later. Then we've got another plan, which is still in trial, so we're kind of still testing this. But this is basically a plan where you get everything in premium. And this plan is more focused on the ambitious people, the entrepreneurs, the people who are looking for purpose on the road, so who don't want to aimlessly travel, but have something to do and want to do something meaningful in the world. That is our VIP plan. And so we do weekly growth calls, meaning these calls are specifically catered towards personal development, growth, business, content creation, and so on. We host co-working sessions, and you basically get a whole bunch of accountability buddies because everybody on this plan is on a similar journey. So that is a little extra information about our plans. Now, if you want to upgrade, all you have to do is go to school.com/vanlife/plans, or if you're on a laptop, you can actually click on upgrade right here. And once you click there, it will actually open this change your plan thing. And from here, you can either join the VIP or the premium plan if you want to. All right, then the next one. We've done a little classroom update. And let me actually show you what this looks like. Well, I can click this link right here. So this is our current classroom. And these two modules, they are completely new. So the merge tab is new, and the market, you can see it's still in draft, but this will launch very, very soon. First of all, the merge tab, we also offer some cool merch. So for instance, my cap is merch, my hoodie is also merch. We've got stickers, we've got mugs, we've got t-shirts, we've got beanies, and much more. So once you click on this thing, it is open to everyone, of course. You can visit our web shop. This is what our web shop looks like. From here, you have a link to our web shop, which is basically just thevanlifenetwork.com. And here we've got a few pictures of a bunch of happy people who are sporting our merch. So this was a picture of our first meetup in October in the north of Spain. This is Lawrence wearing his merch. I think this is in New Zealand, but I'm not entirely sure. There are some other members. This is Andrew in New Zealand. Here's Kim and Tim, and there's my mom and me. So that is basically what our merch looks like. And from here, you can just visit our web shop. So let me actually show you. Inside of our web shop, you can see t-shirts. We've got them in 3 colors. We've got some hoodies in green and black. And salmon, basically. We've got a joggers, we've got a tighter joggers, we've got 2 different caps, so one with a flat brim and one with a curved brim or a normal brim. We've got a beanie, some mugs, stickers, and a drinking bottle. And also on the goal for this year, or on the to-do list for this year, is to expand our merch shop. So I want to create new cool designs, maybe collaborate with other artists to create awesome designs for new t-shirts, new hoodies, and so on. So that is where you can find our merch shop. It is right there in the classroom. The next thing that is gonna launch very, very soon, which I'm very excited about, is the Vanlife Marketplace. And this is basically the only virtual van life market to find crafts, creations, and services from other van lifers. Now, let me give you a little sneak peek of how this looks and how this works. This is still in draft, but what it's basically going to do is we allow our premium members to be featured on our marketplace. Meaning you can offer your skills and services, you can offer crafts and creations, and you can offer gear and equipment. For instance, I recently bought a laser engraver, so I can offer custom personalization of specific items, let's say cutting boards, knives, and so on. Another member, oh, wait, I actually have some examples right here. So the first one is Felipe. He posted this little project 2 days ago of something that he actually made himself. These are tiny little mushrooms that he made by himself. And I scrolled down a little bit and Daniela asked him, like, do you already know where you're going to put it? And he said there are new handicraft projects to sell at parties and by order. Here I already have some more that I made. So for instance, Felipe, if he becomes a premium member, he would be allowed to sell his handicrafts inside of our marketplace, and he would be featured in the crafts and creations category. Then the second one, I already mentioned it, but this is basically myself using my laser engraver. And so I bought this machine so that I can customize objects while on the go. This is what the thing looks like. It is quite a big machine. And so far I've engraved some wood, some rocks, did some wood cutouts, and I've got pens and a whole bunch of other things that I've engraved, my wallet. And so I could offer this service to other van lifers who want to engrave their own stuff, either sell Vanlife Network items that I make on the go or customize other people's projects, let's say, or items. Then another example is, for instance, Katie. She's been a long-time member since April 2025, but she is basically a very talented designer and artist or illustrator, and she creates t-shirts, she creates custom-made stickers. I believe she also even does custom decals or vinyls for your van and a whole bunch of other cool things. And so her niche is basically van lifers. So I would reach out to her and say, hey, if you want, you can offer your services inside of the marketplace, right exactly where your target audience hangs out. And the very last example I have is, for instance, Diego. He is starting a new business. This guy is the absolute king of electricity and electrical setups, as you can see right here. This is something that he built for either himself or a friend of his. This is what his setup looks like under his bed in his van. It's absolutely bonkers. And this guy can actually help you figure out how to build your electrical system or van. And consult you or give consultations if you need any help with that. In fact, he has already done this for Annika. He has helped her remotely set up her own and build her own electrical setup successfully. So he would also be able to have his own market stall, let's say, inside of the Vanlife marketplace. All right, now how it works, it's going to be very simple. I'm not entirely sure about it yet, but what I think it will become is people post inside of a specific category that I'm going to make, which is called Market. And if they are a premium member, we will feature them inside of this marketplace. And people will be allowed to sell through this marketplace only. So if you're not a premium member, you can show what you create. But if you want to sell, you will actually need a market stall inside of our Vanlife marketplace. All right. Then the next thing. We had some discussion about our Friday call, which is our Friday coffee chat. So as you can see from the calendar, if my calendar loads, there we go. you can see that in the past, every single Friday, we had a coffee chat, which is my morning, so it's 10 a.m. for me. And we had a coffee chat until the 27th of February, which at which we decided, or I personally decided, to maybe cancel the coffee chat because I thought there wouldn't be a lot of demand for it anymore. However, we had a short discussion about it, and very soon I noticed that there's actually more demand for it than I thought. And so Annika, she decided to go give it a go again, set up the coffee chat, and there were quite a bunch of people online. So initially I wanted to replace the coffee chat, but maybe it is here to stay. I'm not entirely sure, but for now, there will be coffee chats at Friday morning. However, there are also going to be other calls which are going to be available for our premium members. So as mentioned, the digital campfires are completely free for all level 2 members, but we want to have more calls because we want to have more specific topic calls. So our digital campfires are great for connecting vanlifers with each other and introducing ourselves to the group, let's say. And now we want to have more, let's say, premium calls, which are going to be calls like the women only call. So recently we had our first women only call, which was this one right here. This is a free call. The first one was a free call to join for women only to talk about women things on the road, like hygiene, period, safety, and a whole bunch of other things. And apparently this was a very, very nice space for women to hang out. So this is something that we want to offer in the future as well. It is actually already in the calendar for every last Saturday of the month. So right here, the 28th of March is going to be the next women only call. We'll also introduce a level 6 or a level 7 call. So this is going to be a call for the more engaged members. And why we do this is because we value engagement in the community. We value real connection in the community. As I've shown you, there are quite a bunch of level 1 and 2 members. So we want to reward the level 6 and level 7 people with their own engaged call, let's say. Then, for instance, another example is we can do cooking calls or recipes or maybe game nights or anything else. This is still in progress, but this is where it's going to. All right. Then we've got a brand new category inside of our community, and that is the health category. So that is this one right here. And what this category is for is what it says. It is for mental health. It is for physical health. It is for healthy food. It is for exercising and so on. For instance, Lotte, she made the best salad ever. Burrata, tomato, avocado, mango, arugula, and balsamic dressing. I think this is arugula. I don't know. But it looked delicious. And this is something that we can share here. So if we have fun and nice recipes, feel free to share them with us inside of our health category. I decided to unlock the cartwheel. And so I decided to post a little video about it because I was quite proud of it. And I decided to post that in the health category. Now, the reason why we've created this category is because our community is all about growth. It is about connection, but it's also about the world and taking care of the world and ourselves. And so health obviously plays a very big role in that. And we want to inspire other people with our healthy activities, let's say. All right, and then one last thing for new features and updates. This is also something that I've been working on since yesterday, so very recently, but it is basically going to be a freebie, so a free download or a free gift, let's say, for our members and new members, and that is going to be a Vanlife bucket list. So I made a post about it. Let me actually close these things. I made a post about it 24 hours ago. What is on your Vanlife bucket list? And I decided to create a document so that we can actually live the full Vanlife experience. So many of us have been doing Vanlife for a longer time, but there are also people who are new to Vanlife, and there are just some very cool and fun things to experience as a Vanlifer. For instance, to join a meetup, to wild camp solo for a week or more, to organize or do a cleanup, perhaps to learn a new skill on the road, and so on. So if you have some fun things that you would love to do or that would make your van life experience complete, please go to this post, type in bucket list or van life bucket list and comment under this post, because we can add your thing to the list if it's applicable to many others. For instance, Larissa wants to watch hot air balloons in Cappadocia. She wants to drive the Atlantic Road in Norway. Lotte wants to go skinny dipping. She wants to take a ferry with her van. And she maybe wants to get a van life tattoo. Sheldon, he wants to find the golden nugget. He wants to be one with nature and its beauty, meet some really cool people, and so on. So if you've got some cool things for your van life bucket list, then please add it to this or comment it below this post, because we want to make a complete list. All right, then I want to show you what this document actually looks like. So let me give you a little sneak peek, because I'm quite proud of what it's becoming. This is the cover. So let's actually do it like this. Here's the cover. So one-on-one experiences that make your van life journey unforgettable. Quite a cool cover in my opinion. A little bit about the bucket list, a little bit about myself and how I created it. And then it's just going to be a very, very cool long list of things that every van lifer could chase or, yeah, maybe could experience. So they're split up in categories. So the first are nature and adventure. For instance, wake up above the clouds, wake up to snowfall, spend a night deep in the forest, spot a wild animal you've never seen before. Then van life living, maybe spend the night at -10 or below, enjoy a movie night outside with a projector, fix a leak in your van roof, survive a storm inside of your van. Community and connection, join a Vanlife Network meetup, go to a festival, share a bottle of wine under the stars. And as you can see, everybody get access to this thing and you can just check off the list. So everything you've already done, you can check it off. And it might inspire your next travels as well. So then we've got culture and exploration. For instance, try a local dish you've never heard of. Personal growth challenges, maybe spend a full day offline. Earn some money on the road. Learn a new skill while traveling. Go wildcamp for 1+ week. And then some bonus epic destinations. Now, this list is not complete yet. We're almost getting there. So we're almost getting to 101 bucket list items. But as you can see, we've added a whole page that if you want to add your own things, you can add them to the list as well. And this thing is going to be completely free for existing members and new members to join inside of our classroom. So if you've got some cool things on your bucket list, then yeah, share them with us under the post that I just shown you. All right, then we've got some news. So the first one is we can almost celebrate our first or 1 year anniversary of the Vanlife Network. I've actually added this to the calendar, which is the 20th of March, if I'm correct. So that is the exact date that the Vanlife Network was born, and you can actually check it right here. So I joined the Vanlife Network on March 20, 2025, and that was the day that I founded it, let's say, or created it. So that is going to be something cool. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We might just go on a call. We might do something else. We might celebrate in some way or another. I'm not sure yet, but that is coming up very, very soon. Also, we have crossed 150 members, which is quite a big deal because at the beginning of this year, we were only 60 members strong. So we have more than doubled our community, which is super amazing. And actually, I set the goal for the end of this month to cross 200 members, which is quite a stretch. But yeah, with all the things that we are planning, this might actually happen. Then one last thing is I've been doing some interviews recently, this was at our first meetup in October. And I really enjoyed doing these interviews. And so I thought, and this has been an idea for a very long time, why aren't we launching a The Vanlife Network podcast, which is going to be a space for interesting vanlifers or vanlifers with an interesting story to share their experience and story with the world. So this is going to be a space where, for instance, creators can talk more than just the content that they show. Or if they've created an interesting business, this is a great space to share the behind the scenes, share the struggles, share the highlights and the successes, and so on. So I already got a few people in the pipeline for the very Vanlife Network podcast launch. But if you know someone, or if you are someone with an interesting story to tell and to share with the world, then please get in touch with me. Send me a DM on either school or Instagram or wherever, and send either your contact details or someone I should get in touch with to interview for our podcast. But anyways, that is coming very, very soon. And then, last but not least, we've got some member interviews that I just shared with you that I've recently shared. So, for instance, the very first one was with Carol and Lawrence. This was an interview we did at our very first meetup in the north of Spain. And this was just a nice, mellow chat with full-time van lifers about their experience of solo van life on the road, how they struggled meeting people, how the Vanlife Network has actually impacted their life, and some other interesting stuff we talked about. So if you want to see that, type in interview in the search bar and you will find this first interview. And also yesterday I uploaded the second one, which was the interview with Annika. And she also talks openly about how hard it can be to meet like-minded people when you're living in a van. About living as a solo traveler or a solo female traveler, and also how she found the Vanlife Network and how it actually changed the way she travels and lives. So if that's something you're interested in, then type in interview in the search bar and you will find both of the interviews with Lawrence and Carol and with Annika. And as mentioned, there are more interviews coming, so I interviewed a bunch more members that were attending our very first meetup. So that is Christine, that is Laurie, that is Kim, and that is Sharni. And these interviews are uploaded or are being uploaded within the next weeks. Now, sorry for this very long episode, but a very final few notes is, if you are new to the community, as mentioned, we want to keep it human. So we would really recommend you to introduce yourself to the community. This is super easy to do, and I even created a little tutorial for this. Like if you go to the classroom, if you go to the Start Here post, here you find how to complete your profile if you haven't done so yet. And here we've created a template that you can use to introduce yourself. And of course, you can create or write your own introduction post if you wish to do so. If you have already introduced yourself to the community, then also make sure to welcome others once they join, because we want to be and create this welcoming, supportive community of van lifers who support each other and who create like-minded van life friends on the road. Once you've done so, you can engage in any way or form, of course, inside of the community. This helps our community grow, and this actually helps you expand your own network. And I also really recommend, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to level up to level 2 and join a digital campfire whenever you've got the time. It is just super fun to hang out with other people who understand your lifestyle and share stories, share experiences. And it is just great fun. So introduce yourself if you haven't done so, welcome others, engage with the community, and feel very free to join a digital campfire, because we would love to get to know you. And other than that, if you have any questions about the community, about van life, about whatever, feel free to write a post about it, write a comment about it, DM either me or any one of the other members or admins, and we'll get back to you very soon. So, this was a super long episode. It's been a while since I've done the Vanlife Network news. I'm happy that I've done this one. It's been on my list for 2 weeks now. That was the Vanlife Network news of Sunday, the 8th of March, 2026. I can't wait to hang out with you inside of the community and hopefully meet you in real life soon. My name is Rens, and I'm out. Have a nice one.